I haven't gotten this reaction in a long time.
You okay though?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm surviving.
How's it going?
Good.
Good to see you again.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Okay, so you get to play multiple Rains in this movie. Now I'm curious to see, as someone who's so experienced with gun training, was it harder for you to kind of digress and play someone who doesn't act like, oh, I know guns?
Definitely so. The innocent Rain was a lot tougher than the experienced violent Rain that I'm so used to. I think it's the heels that really did it for me. I mean, I don't mind the Prius. I don't mind being vegan. I don't mind being a student. I don't mind being ignorant to guns. But the heels, running in heels really got me. I gotta say, man, there should be an extra training course for tomboys just for that.
I was gonna say, and you complain about that. Meanwhile, Mila is wearing full-on like S&M garb with these high heels built in.
I know, man, dude. I even had to mention it. Because it's just so out of the ordinary. But she looks good in it.
What was your reaction when Paul gave you the call and said, look, we want you coming back?
How the hell are you going to bring somebody back after they've been shot in the head? I did see the bullet actually exit the back and splatter against the wall behind me with blood. How you going to take that back, huh? So please, explain. And when he did, I was like, oh, man, really? How come I didn't think of that? I should have known. That was so dumb of me not to ask.
What is the kind of the enduring quality of Resident Evil? Why these films are so successful?
I have a feeling it has to do with this kind of this slight death wish that humanity has for themselves. Any movie that involves, humanity threatened in any way, shape, or form, is as incredulous as it may seem. Even zombies, I think people will gravitate towards it. That and the fact that Paul has done a really amazing job at respecting the inception of the franchise in video game form, and he has throughout the years included major details of the actual video game and integrated into his imaginary world, because Alice, is a new character. He introduced Alice into the film and a bunch of other characters that were never part of the video game. So to balance it out and pay respect to the inception of the video game and pay respect to where the idea of the film came from, he's done a really good job at maintaining the integrity of all of the, the lickers, the zombies, all the mutants and the genetic, viruses and the, all of that stuff. He pays good close attention to make sure he satisfies all the geeky fans who will demolish the franchise if it doesn't respect these things.
Fans are hardcore. The fans are hardcore.
They really are.
Well, did you keep up with the Resident Evil franchise?
Yes, yeah? I have. I've watched the evolution. And for me, I love how Paul has steered away slowly, very, very in a kind of growth range. He's kind of slowly steered away from just this sci-fi realm into kind of a more action vibe to it. I felt that more so in the Vegas, version of the Resident Evil film than any other. Mm-hmm. It's just the idea of bringing it to a realistic place. We're not in Raccoon City. We're not in this place that nobody knows about. We're actually in the demolished version of something everybody on this planet who knows about America can relate to, which is Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then you get into this action movie where if I'm flipping through the channels, I could actually think this is an action movie. Yeah, some of these people are dressed weird, but I don't really expect a zombie to fly out at me in the middle of the sunlight. You know what I mean, kind of thing?
Yeah.
And that's cool. And then he's evolved it from there. And now, like, you're in Moscow, New York. So it's got that action movie quality to it that, I really do. I dislike, sci-fi films that stay blue or green or black the whole movie. I'm just like, honestly, man, can you please tantalize me? I'm like, I'm one of those girls who multitasks, when she watches a film. So if you're not tantalizing me with the visuals, you got to get me with the sound or the acting, something,
Well,
And I think it does a good mix.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you see, do you see Resident Evil Retribution still packing its, kind of horror roots and still being scary while balancing the action and sci-fi?
I think so. And it comes in those silent beats. The silent beats are always, I love Hitchcock for starting it off, but like, that was what made the video game in and of itself. Because I played the video game, and it wasn't until I found out they were making a movie about it that I actually approached Paul to be in the movie because I wanted to be a part of the franchise. That's what about the franchise, the video game actually really attracted me. And I think that there's enough of those beats. There's a couple of jump out of your seat 3D moments because, it gets really noisy and crazy, and you can't get scared when it's all really noisy and crazy. But there's some moments in there where it gets all quiet, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy snap!
Yeah, some good
And
scares.
that's so important when you have a franchise like this, to have those moments.
Exactly. Well, great. It was good to see you again. Thank you so much. It was fun watching the movie again. It was fun. It was cool. Yeah, you did a good job.
Thank